Good morning, everybody. It's your girl, Miracle Sims, and you are listening to God, Sex, and Love, your daily dose of inspiration, the juice. It is April the 16th, 2021, and today the topic is #understanding. Y'all, I had a my first thought was long day, because I was kind of doing tasks back to back yesterday, and I woke up tired this morning. So, but I mean, hey, I'm brought out in bushy tails, so praise and thank God for doing my full routine, because that woke a sister up. I think that, as well as this topic today, just the things that's been on my mind, is probably what assisted with me waking up. But yeah, I mean, if you want to sneak peek into the future. So basically yesterday I filmed a couple of episodes of GSL that, obviously I guess will be coming out later on. But yeah, I filmed a couple of yesterday. So like right after I did the juice, I chit-chatted with this gentleman that's in the UK, which is kind of exciting. I know when I told my husband about it, he's like, "What, you international now?" I'm like, well, technically, we've been international out here. Shout out to you and shout out to Miss Cherie, who tunes in from Italy and everything like that. But yeah, so I think he probably was the first person to interview out of the States. I think there might have been one other gentleman that I've interviewed that's out of the States, but for sure I know the gentleman I interviewed yesterday is out. He's in the UK. So shout out to him or whatever. You'll see that episode coming soon. Shout out to whoever's watching me live. Good morning. But yeah, so I did that episode like right after I did the juice yesterday, and then that was no going back to sleep. Pretty much is what I'm telling you. Soon after that, of course, little man woke up. Well, my husband went to work. Little man woke up. He seemed to be kind of cheerful, in a good little cheerful mood. Hey, Tawheed, all right. Yeah, my son seemed to be in like a little cheerful mood yesterday. I don't know if he knew that he was going to his nana's, so that's probably why. I don't know, but he woke up like, "Good morning, mama." And then I had this like bright lipstick on. Y'all will see in future episodes or whatever. Who knows? Maybe I'll rock it in the live episode tonight. I don't know. I'll let you know, but we'll see. But anyway, so I had this bright lipstick on or whatever. He just was looking at it. He's like he was trying to figure out what to say or whatever. And then he was like, lips, and he's like, mouth, and colors. I'm like, yeah. He's like, "You like it?" Yes. Sounds like you like it. He's so funny. But anyway, so that's how that went. And then, spent a little time with him. We had breakfast and, all that good little stuff. And I got him ready to go to his nana's. And, she came and got him. And then after that, I did I gave myself a mani-pedi. I know you don't care, Tawheed, but you know what I'm saying? I gave myself a mani-pedi yesterday. So I did that, and then after that, I had another episode that I filmed of GSL, and so that was pretty much my day. It don't sound that eventful, I guess, when I say it back, but like it was a lot of stuff that happened or whatever. Yeah, man. I'm just trying to do something out here, dog. Here, you know what I'm saying? And technically, people can get this polished, so you know what I mean. You keep that in mind. Thank you. But anywho, but yeah, so that's what happened yesterday. And I got some tasks and stuff I need to work on today. But obviously, perhaps I get a little bit more done now that, NJ is spending time with his nana and his cousins. From what I understand, they're going to the car show today or something like that. So that's going to be fun for them, I guess. And, hopefully I'll see, get some feedback on how that's going. But anyway, so yeah, but with that being said, I want to say, well, at some point throughout the day yesterday, I received some information. I won't put it on blast per se, but I don't even want to say I was led to some information. I'll put it like that. I was led to some information. That was very questionable. And I just was like, Lord, what are you showing me here? Why does this keep happening in my life? And what are you showing me by this happening in my life? Like I said, I don't want to put it totally on blast because, again, I don't fully know like what the other individuals have in mind for the reasons why they do the things they've done. But for me, it always makes me seek understanding. Like I want to say, like, throughout my life, there's one of the phrases that I constantly say is like, I try to understand people. It's like I really try to understand where people are coming from, or like why people do what they do and stuff like that. And I mean, maybe I should have went into psychiatry, and stuff like that, but or became a psychiatrist or something, and maybe I would have more understanding of that. But I don't know. Well, obviously I didn't go into that. I mean, I'm an actor, so I mean, I guess I understand people in a different way, or a different perspective of understanding people as an actor. But yeah, there's been some individuals that I've encountered in my life, and then they do stuff, and maybe we lose connection or whatever the case is, and I'm just always confused as to what happened. Like, what? Like, what? Why did this person do this? Like, how does this make sense? And what did I do to make them feel like they had to do that? Like, what? Again, I try to take responsibility for myself or whatever as well, and I try to think back on like, okay, what happened between us? Like, did I do something? Like, what? But anywho, that's a whole nother subject. Again, I won't get too like deep into specifics, because my thing is, it's happened multiple times. So it's not like it's just one person at this point. It's like at this point, I know at least 2 people that has done this thing, and I'm just like, what about me makes these people feel as if they need to do this? Like, I don't understand. And then the feedback that I receive when I ask questions, from other individuals is that, look, Tawheed want to know what happened. Oh, you might not want to even know, Tawheed. I'm telling you, man. Like, we'll see. We'll see about that. Yeah, but yeah. How can I say without saying? Like, and it may not be that deep. That's the other thing too. I know when my husband found out about it, he's like, "Don't think about it. Don't even think about it. Don't even worry about it." And I'm not worried. I'm just talking about it. I'm talking about it, and then but I'm also trying to seek understanding, and that's why I talk to I guess individuals about it, like people that I bounce ideas and stuff off of all the time. And what I'm saying is the feedback that I received from one of my people that I talk to is like, there might be a twinge of jealousy from these people, but I don't get it though. I don't understand why, because I'm like, at the end of the day, anything that I have, other people can get. One. Sometimes these people, in my opinion, have done more than me, and I'm like, I look up to them, you know what I mean? I look up to them and like, wow, you've done this great thing, or you've done great things, or whatever the case is, and like, you've inspired me, and I've tried my best to show love to people and but then again, maybe it's not being received, or maybe they're not understanding my point, like when I'm trying to show them or give them, and it's just weird. It's a weird, well, appreciate you. Yeah, you say you can't have it understand if you don't share. Okay, I know. I'm trying to think. If I could think of a way to say it without like putting people on blast, then I might say it. But as of right now, I can't think of a way to say it. But either way, what I'm saying is, for me, I always try to seek more understanding of individuals and everything. But the interesting thing is, when I looked up understanding today, I was led to these verses right here. So let's get into the juice, y'all. Let's get into the juice. Oh, some people have a hard time accepting love. That could be it. But I'm just like, we'll talk. But anyway, this first verse right here is Proverbs 18:2. It says, "A fool takes no pleasure in understanding, but only in expressing his opinion." Ooh, how many of us do that, y'all? Look, how many of us do that, Tawheed? Man, when I came across that verse this morning, I was like, ooh, Let me go on and write it down. I guess we talking about understanding today. Because it was funny. I looked up the word of what happened. I know you like, he's like, man, if you don't tell us what happened. I looked up that word, and then I didn't see anything that resonated with me. But then I looked up the word understanding. Because again, that's what I always go back to. No matter what happens, if something happens between me and different individuals, I'm just like, okay, help me understand. Like, I'm trying to get somebody to help me understand. Like, can you see what this person might have been thinking, or can you, help me understand, like, what this, what happened or whatever. And, but yeah, that led me to these verses today. So check this out. Psalm 119 and 130 says, the unfolding of your words gives light. It imparts understanding to the simple. Now, obviously, I believe this is talking about the word of God, and my personal words now. The word of God gives light. And that's the thing, too. I know that I was having a conversation, in one of the episodes, the future episodes of GSL, the lady I was talking to, she reminded me of the point that, like, sometimes we go to other people when we should fill whatever the void is that we are missing, or, with God, and go to God first about whatever. And I would say again, like, reading these verses and stuff, it does constantly remind us that, it reminds me that we need to go to God for understanding. And so, even me with my trying to understand these different people. And yeah, like I said, I do try to seek some wisdom from other, I guess not just like-minded people, but like people that can, pour into me, some good wisdom, or whatever the case is. But going to God ultimately is where we should do in all situations and stuff like that, in order to get some understanding. Now check this out. Proverbs 14 and 29 says, whoever is slow to anger has great understanding, but he who has a hasty temper exalts folly. Whew. Oh man, look, this whole thing might be poked for y'all this morning. Like, y'all might not like none of these verses. But it's so true though, man. It's like, I guess we can see all around us, like, the effects of just being hasty with our opinions, being hasty with our temperaments, as they say. And, I guess, again, it's just a different perspective to cast our cares to God, on God, for, again, for understanding, as well as for peace of mind about different situations. So let me keep going. Proverbs 17 and 27. Whoever restrains his words has knowledge, and he who has a cool spirit is a man of understanding. Yeah, I think at the end of the day, the thing that kind of stands out to me about, like, some of these situations is, like, to me, I'm like, okay, if there was an issue between me and these individuals, they could have just said something. I mean, for me, I just feel like I didn't know that there was an issue. Now, all of a sudden, I see that something was done or whatever, and I guess, or some type of action was taken against me, and I'm just like, but what did I do to cause this? Like, you couldn't have just talked to me? Like, I don't know. So, but hey, sometimes, people feel like, that I guess they have to do what's best for them and stuff, but I'm going to keep a cool spirit, as this says. Now, Proverbs 3 and 5 says, trust in the Lord with all your heart and do not lean on your own understanding. At the end of the day, again, like, as much as I try to understand people, maybe at the end of the day, it's not for me to fully understand, like, what exactly is going through these people's minds. But, again, I guess I appreciate being reminded that, like, at the end of the day, leaning on God for the understanding. And again, if he gives me that understanding of, like, the exact thing, then cool. If not, that's still fine. Obviously, again, people have to do what's best for them, and, and that's okay. That's okay. I've had to do that too. So no judgment, or whatever the case is. Let me look at what Mr. Tawheed is saying before I move on. So everyone has an opinion. I like to listen. Yep. Right. Yeah, and I kind of was chatting about that yesterday. Like, there's different perspectives of things, and it's okay to have difference of opinion. I feel like, I feel like that's okay. You can agree to disagree and just let that be that and be done with it. Anyway, the Bible verse of today is Isaiah 25:1. It says, "O Lord, thou art my God. I will exalt thee. I will praise thy name, for thou hast done wonderful things. Thy counsels of old are faithfulness and truth." Friends, I hope you all enjoyed this juice this morning. Thank you so much for listening to God, Sex, and Love, your daily dose of inspiration, the juice. I pray you guys can go forth and have a wonderful day, and I look forward to talking to you all tomorrow if the Lord's will. Just a reminder, tonight we're going to be going live on God, Sex, and Love, the talk show. You can see it at 7 p.m. on the God, Sex, and Love Facebook or the God, Sex, and Love YouTube, or eventually on GodSexandLove.com. And if you know me personally, then you can see it on my main page as well, or my personal page on Facebook. And yeah, man, that is what's going on. I just thank and praise God for this season. I mean, it's just very interesting. The conversations that I've been able to have, and the people that I've met along the way and all that stuff. And so, yeah, I mean, like I said, I'm doing my best to keep it all going, and I hope that you guys are enjoying each segment of God, Sex, and Love. Well, y'all have a wonderful day. Thank you so much for listening. Talk to y'all tomorrow if the Lord's will. Bye-bye. Hello everyone, it's your girl Miracle Sims, and you already know that your girl is now an author, and my very first publication is none other than a creation inspired by the juice. That's right, friends, you can go on Amazon.com and find the juice 30-day Bible study journal. And this, friends, I hope and pray will help you create your own Bible study experience similar to the one that your girl here shares with you every day here on God, Sex, and Love.